Hi everyone. Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday, guys. I'm back again, but this week, let me actually remove my gum. I have gum in my mouth. I'm so sorry. I'm back again this week, but today is not going to be about fashion. It's going to be more so about makeup, and it's going to be featuring the brand M2U, which I am very new to, but I did have a chance to try some of it on. As you can tell, one side is done, one side isn't. And I actually really like the products a lot. Um, so this is one of my favorite looks to do. I love graphic liners. I love colored shadows. So I did create this red. I'm not going to say liner because this is much thicker than a liner, but I did create this red look. And I didn't use an eye product. I actually used the metallic liquid lip. So this is how the packaging looks. And this would normally be for the lips, but I'm all about using products for anything else that they may work for. Obviously, not something that will cause any damage. But I'm going to put it up on the screen so you guys can see. And this brand I also love because they're super affordable. So this lip product is only $5.95 and it is from MTU, like I said. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start so I can show you guys how I actually created this red liner look. Um, First and foremost, on the face, I did use a tinted moisturizer that has a little bit of SPF in it, and it is from Say Beauty. If you guys are not familiar with the brand, you can actually find this brand on the Verishop app as well. And this one it's called Sun Visor. It's a broad spectrum SPF 35. And it's a sheer moisturizer. So it does give you a nice little like glow and tint to the skin, but it's not going to be anything too heavy. You can apply it with your hands. You don't have to use a brush for it. So if you're pretty much in a rush or on the go and you need something quick to just give you a little color, this is amazing and it's going to protect your skin. So if you are in hot weather like I am, I'm based in New York, I constantly will use SPF. And if I can use a makeup product that has SPF in it, that's even better for me because a lot of SPFs give you like a white cast to the skin. When you are melanin, when you have a lot of melanin, it will give you that white cast. So I do like to use makeup products that already have the SPF in it so I can avoid that issue. If you guys have any issues with, hi everyone that's joining. If you guys have any issues with hearing me or the clarity, let me know. I am in a different space in my house. I wanted to try something different, something a little brighter. So the way that I would start off, I would use just a neutral shadow on the eyes. And this, I'm just going to use like a brown neutral tone. And they actually also sent me brushes. So this is one of the brushes here. This is like just like a flat shadow brush I'm going to use. And I'm just going to put that on the eyelid. So right on the eyelid. It's so weird looking into the camera because it's the opposite of me. So I want to make sure you guys can see what I'm doing. So I would just put that on the lid. Not too much, not anything that's too brown that's going to take away from the red that I'm going to apply on top of it. So I'm just patting that into my lid. You guys can see it's not anything too crazy that I'm putting on my eye. I should actually keep this open so I can see in this mirror as well. And then I'm going to go in and I'm just going to blend it with a blending brush. So I like to just do back and forth motions just to blend that into my lid. I know some people like to do the circular motions, whatever you feel comfortable doing. Um, I like the back and forth motion. In the corners, I do the circular motion, but I'm gonna move on in a second to the red because I do have some products that I want to use on the face and show you guys as well. Um, hi everyone that's joining. If you guys are new here, my name is Ebony. I am a fashion and beauty content creator, and today it's going to be all about makeup and this red look that I have on my eyes. So we're going to get into the red. So again, this is the metallic liquid lipstick, and I'm using it on my eyes. And I actually also used, so it comes with this type of application tip for your lips, but I'm going to actually use it on the lid as well. And I didn't use a brush for this. I actually just used the lip applicator. I didn't have to use anything besides this. So I'm just going to go ahead and put that on the eye. So you guys could see it's very pigmented. It's very smooth. And I know a lot of liquid lipsticks can be very drying, which is why you probably wouldn't want to use it on your eyelid. But I've had the other eyelid filled in for the past hour and it hasn't been too dry on my eye. I would not want my eye to feel stiff because sometimes when you use liquid lipstick, it does get a little like stiff. But this feels very good on my eyes. So I'm just creating that shape. So I would actually follow the crease that you have in your eye. I will kind of follow the shape of that. If you want it to come up a little bit, have it come up, which is what I'm doing because where that crease is at, you wouldn't really see the red as much. So I'm going to flip it over and take the pointed side and just create more of a shape. And then when we get over here, I'm going to start from the corner. I'm going to go out. So I would go out and then I'm going to go in and just create my wing. So you guys can see that wing is forming. And this is very dramatic. So if I'm going out to like a special occasion or I'm going to have a photo shoot, I would definitely create a look more like this. This wouldn't be my everyday look because it is very out there. Um, and you see, well, I literally only use this. I didn't have to use a brush. Now, if you do create a mess, thank you. If you do create a mess with that, you can grab yourself just like a Q-tip, put some water on it, put some makeup remover on it, oil, and just go in and clean it up in the corners. Um, and then I would obviously add on mascara because I want my eyes to pop out more. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use a black mascara. So that red definitely got on my lashes. So I'm just going to go and cover it up with mascara. What does it smell like? I'll smell it for you guys right now. That's a good question. Um, I know a lot of people are very big on scents, especially when it's something on your face because you don't have to smell it all day. So give me 1 second and I'll actually tell you guys what it smells like. So I love to put mascara in my bottom lashes because they're so light. They're like a really light brown. You cannot see them as much. So I like to just put a little bit just to make my eyes pop out. All right. So let's see what this, what would I say this smells like? Oh, it actually smells amazing. It has like a very sweet smell, kind of like a pastry. It smells really good. And the name of the color, I'm so sorry. The name of the color is Empire State. And this is again the metallic liquid lipstick. So you guys can see. Um, So that red is on. And then in the corner of my left eye, I actually put like a little bit of gold in the tear ducts. And that is from this Uptown Downtown palette, also from Me to You. And look how beautiful that is. So there's a bunch of like neutral tones, but they have glitter in it. So This is more of a like everyday. Like I would definitely, let me put this on the screen so you guys can see as well. So that is the palette on there. And look at that. That's only $10. So their products are so affordable. And if you guys have watched my live before, I'm all about a good deal, but also great quality. And everything feels really good on my skin. So I am going to go back to another brush that was sent. So I really love this brush. So this is how it looks. It's like short and stubby, but it's perfect for getting in like either the creases, the corners, and I was looking to see if it had a name of it, but it didn't. But those two brushes came together as a set. Let's see. All right, so you guys have the eyeshadow palette on there. So I'm actually going to use this gold that's right here. And I'm just going to put it in the corner of the right eye that I just did. So just right here in this corner, just to add just a little extra color. I know that the shadow would be amazing on my entire eyelid. I can't wait to use it mixed in with that brown. So the gold is there. I just added it into the corner of my eye. I think I actually put a little bit more than the other side. Let me just blend that out. So I'm just blending it out with my blending brush. There we go. So that red eye is on. And I'm going to show you guys some other products that they sent me as well that would be more for the skin. I hope the lighting is good. Is the lighting good, guys? All right. So, oh, also, I do want to come back to primer. I totally skipped a step. I'm so sorry. I'm going to put it on the screen. So, this is their eye primer. It comes with a similar applicator stick as the liquid lipstick did. And so eye primers you would use before you apply a shadow just to keep the shadow on. It also helps the shadow blend in seamlessly into your eyelid. And you would just use like a little bit of it on your eyelid. So I literally would just use whatever's on the stick after removing it. And you can either blend it, pat it in with your finger, or you can use a brush to pat it in, but you do not need too much. It should not have a ton of color unless you specifically are using like a white primer to make like a super light pastel color pop out. Um, when I don't have primer, I also like to use concealer on my eyelids. It pretty much does a very similar job, but the primer, I usually like to use primers more for my shadows. Um, and then they also sent me this blush. So let's get to the blush. Now, this blush is super red. It's super pigmented, so you do not need to use a lot of it. Thank you. You do not need to use a lot of it. So it comes in this little tube here. It rolls up. And the way that I would apply it, I wouldn't directly put it on my cheek because I feel like it would be way too dramatic. So I would actually put it on my hand first. So I'm going to show you guys that color. Look at how beautiful. That's very pigmented. You do not need to use a lot of it. So what I would do was I would put it on my hand and then I would put a little bit on the apples of my cheek, but also blend it into my bronzer that I did apply earlier, just so that I don't have just like a red circle or just a red area there. So you'll see this is very red. So I would just go and smile so I get the apples of my cheek, smile, blend it up. So it gives you a like a natural flush. So I blended that in. It's not too dramatic, not too much. I have it on this side already, but it just gives my skin that natural, like flushed look, awake. Um, and I would actually also use this on the lips. I am gonna use it on the lips. It's gonna give me a little bit of a like blush color, and then I will put a gloss on top just for a natural lip. I wouldn't want the metallic lip on my eyes and my lips at the same time. It probably would be way too much going on. Um, And they also sent me this beautiful highlighter. It's very unique. I've never used a highlighter in a jelly form. So let's put that on the screen so you guys can see. And also, I do want to remind you guys that if you are interested in anything that I'm showing on this video, you will get an extra 15% off if you purchase during the live. And you also have up until 30 minutes after to use that same discount on top of these super affordable products. So like this highlighter is $7.65, which is amazing. It comes in this jar. This is how it looks. Trying to get that camera to focus. Um, and it's more of a like iridescent, so it does look white in here, but it's not. It's more iridescent. I'm trying to get my camera to focus on that color. And the texture is, it's literally a jelly. And you don't need a lot of it. It is very pigmented as well. I think that is a big deal to me. If I buy colored products, highlighters, shadows, liners, I need them to be pigmented because that's the whole point. So I'm going to add the highlighter on my cheek area. I'm not going to put too much of it because it's very iridescent. I usually use like a gold highlighter on the skin. So I would just put it right here. So I like to put it right here on that bone. So right there. I definitely need some more. I didn't put enough. Um, there we go. So this actually just, it glides right onto the skin and it blends in. I just like to use my fingers to pat this in because it's more of a jelly. I feel like with a brush, I don't know how I would be able to really blend this in as well. So that's gonna go right there. And you can also use highlighters on the brow bone. So if you do have a shadow look going on and you want it to pop out a little bit more, you can put it right on that brow bone. Thank you. Thank you everyone that's joining. So I will put that right in this area and I usually bring it up to about here. I do like to use highlighters on down my nose area, but just a little bit because it is hot outside. And if I'm already sweating, I do not want, a bunch of like a glistening effect on my nose. So I do like to just put a little bit on my nose and a little bit on the chin area. And you guys can see I don't have a lot of product on my finger because I don't want it to be too dramatic. Um, so that highlighter's on. And another great thing about these products is that it's a lot of product inside of the packaging. So this is going to last you for a really long time, especially because you don't need a lot. A little bit really goes a long way. All right, got that blush there. And then I'm just going to put a little bit of the blush on my lips. So it's going to look a little red. So it's going to give me a natural, just like a natural blush type of look on my lips. So if you don't want anything too crazy, you just want to put a gloss on, you're not a lipstick person, you can most definitely just use that blush on your lips to give you just a little bit of color. You can put some gloss over it and keep going. But I do think I'm going to put the lipstick on just so you guys can see the way that it looks on the lips. I obviously would not wear both, but I do want you guys to see how it looks on the lips. So I'm just going to go ahead and apply it on the lips. I highly recommend, just messed up in the corner. I highly recommend when you're putting a liquid lipstick on to exfoliate before because it is super dry. And if your lips are already dry before putting the liquid lipstick on, I feel like the lipstick just kind of gets into the creases of the lips, which you don't want. So this isn't like a super well, for me it isn't. I wear red all the time. And I like super bright pigmented red. So this is giving me more of a like orangey type of red, and it's not too loud. It definitely looks a little orangey, but I think it's because of the metallic effect. Um, so that's how the lipstick looks. And it's very comfortable on the lips as well. It's not too drying. My lips don't feel like sandpaper. Um, just trying to pay attention to the time. Um, and again, if you are not really a lipstick person and you don't want something super drying on your lips, you can just go in and you can add a gloss. You can put a gloss right on top. I probably wouldn't wear gloss because I really do like matte lipsticks. I feel like they last really long. So if you guys want a lipstick that's going to be super long lasting, you want to always get a liquid lipstick because it'll last you pretty much all day. Unless you're eating something that is either oily or drinking a lot at the same time, then you will have to reapply it. But if you're kind of just on the go, you'll be good with liquid lipstick. Um, So that is, I want to also put the primer on the screen. I didn't put the primer on the screen for you guys to see. And again, that primer is really good to put on the eyes before you put any eyeshadow on because it's going to help the eyeshadow last longer. It's going to help it glide really nice onto the eye. And if you're using different shadows, it's going to be much easier to blend them in together. Um, so this is pretty much the finished look. I am going outside, but I'm gonna take the lipstick off and probably just put like a neutral tone lipstick on. But I did want you guys to just see how it looks on the lips, how it looks on my skin complexion. And I highly recommend MTU just because of, and they're based in NYC, so of course I want to support them. Um, I love the affordability, I love the quality, and I love how pigmented the products are because I'm going to get a bang for my buck. It's going to last me for a really long time because I only need to use a little bit of the product. Um, and I'm going to remind you guys again, if you liked anything during this video, you'll get 15% off if you purchase during the live, or if you purchase up until 30 minutes after, you'll also get that discount on top of any of these products. Um, and again, as far as Say Beauty, you can also find this on the Verishop app. They have a whole line of products. I'm very new to this, but I have been using this every day because of the SPF in it. And just to give me a little bit of color, especially when I do a natural look. When I do just my brows, just some mascara, some just a like a lip gloss, I love to use just like a tinted moisturizer that gives me just a little color. um, and that's pretty much it for what they sent me. Yeah, that's pretty much it for what they sent me. As far as the eyeshadow palettes, they do have a ton of different shades. So I did see some other palettes that have brighter colors. I did see some that have more warmer colors that would be perfect for fall. So if you guys are in the market for some new shadows, I would definitely check out their shadows. They're just as pigmented as well. Um, and yeah, I'm going to wrap up my live. I will be back again next Tuesday at 10:30 Pacific time, 1:30 Eastern time. And next week is pretty much just going to be a recap of the products and the clothing that I have showed you guys the past 3 to 4 weeks. So I'm gonna incorporate this makeup again, probably do more of a natural look, and then I'm going to also dive back into some of the clothing and accessories that I showed you guys previously. And if you guys enjoy this video, I would love for you to tune in again next week. Again, 10:30 Pacific time, 1:30 Eastern. It's 1:30 here. I'm in New York. And I hope you guys have an amazing week. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and I will see you next Tuesday.